Hello everybody, I'm BC Begley, and these are your news headlines for January the 25th of 2023. House Republicans press for details of Hunter Biden's art sales. House Republicans on Wednesday pushed for details about sales of Hunter Biden's artwork, an early move as they step up an investigation into the business dealings of President Biden's son. The Pope says homosexuality is not a crime. Pope Francis criticized laws that criminalize homosexuality as unjust, saying God loves all his children just as they are, and called on Catholic bishops who support the laws to welcome LGBTQ people into the church. Ancient Jerusalem hand imprint baffles Israeli experts. Israeli archaeologists said Wednesday that they are trying to uncover the meaning of a recently discovered hand imprint carved into the stone wall of an ancient moat outside Jerusalem's Old City. Elon Musk caves to pressure from India to remove BBC documentary that was critical of Modi. Twitter and YouTube censored a report that was critical of the Indian Prime Minister Modi in coordination with the government of India. Officials called for the big tech companies to take action against a BBC documentary exploring Modi's role in a genocidal 2002 massacre in the Indian state of Gujarat, which the officials deemed as a propaganda piece. A 4.2 magnitude earthquake shakes the Malibu area. A preliminary 4.2 magnitude earthquake struck off the Malibu coast early on Wednesday morning, followed by multiple aftershocks. Central American gangs are raising fears in southern Mexico, with threatening phone calls, burned minibuses, and at least 3 drivers shot to death. Street gangs more closely associated with Central America are imposing their brand of terror-based extortion on public transportation drivers located in the south of Mexico. The Department of Justice sues Google over dominance in online advertising. The Justice Department and 8 state attorneys general on Tuesday brought an antitrust lawsuit against Google, setting up a high-stakes test of the Biden administration's commitment to dismantling concentration in the Silicon Valley. Ukraine predicts attacks on major Russian cities. Ukrainian authorities say Russia's biggest cities are bound to suffer attacks as a result of the Kremlin's war against Ukraine. Quote, internal escalation of the war in Russia is inevitable, said an advisor to the Ukrainian president. Cities that are pampered, lazy, and thought they lived in a different reality, such as Moscow, St. Petersburg, will be subject to strikes, he said, stressing that Ukraine itself has no plans to carry out such attacks. NASA will join a military program to develop nuclear thermal propulsion. Nearly 3 years ago, the United States Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency announced its intent to develop a flyable nuclear thermal propulsion system. The goal was to develop a more responsive control of spacecraft in Earth orbit, lunar orbit, and everywhere in between, giving the military greater operational freedom in these domains. Thousands are without power after reported tornadoes strike Texas and Louisiana. So more than a dozen reported tornadoes have struck across communities in the states of Texas and Louisiana, damaging many homes and businesses as windows and roofs were blown off buildings, and the threat is expected to persist Wednesday in other southern states. As always, those are your news headlines, everyone. I will put the links to all of these articles that I just covered in the video's description. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can also check out my website at bcbegley.com for even more news. Right now, I've been a little slow on updating that. I'm going to have to write some more original articles and really start hammering out that website a little bit more for everybody. But I apologize. It's a one-man show here, and I'm constantly busy. So I'll see everybody on the next video.